Bring back when?
Bring back now.
Bring back when?
Bring back now.
Thank you.
No platicas para ti. Que Dios bendiga a los indocumentados, que Dios bendiga a este gran país, los Estados Unidos de América.
Now I would like to introduce another school administrator that has helped us a lot. Her name is Dean Luz Gonzalez.
Reforma se ocupa ahora. Right now, today, this is our time. I am an American citizen, a tax-paying American citizen, born in Texas and raised in the two most beautiful countries in the world, Mexico y los Estados Unidos. As an American citizen, it makes no economic sense, absolutely no economic sense, to educate these students that we're talking about, K through 12th grade, and then throw them in a trash can when they're ready to go to college. It makes no economic sense. We've been talking about it since the early 1990s. This Dream Act. We talked about it with Kel Dooley when Nicole Parra was his assistant. We've been discussing it, we've been pushing it, we've been arguing for it from a humanitarian perspective and from an economic perspective. The students are sharp, they're intelligent, they're achievers, they belong here. My parents came from Mexico and they knew what it was like to hold permanent residency cards. They knew what it was like to be told that they were going to take them away during the Depression. They knew what it was like to cross the Rio Grande in the middle of the night because they had employers waiting that needed them to pick cotton, to pick caña. They knew that they were needed in this country and there were jobs for them and there was a place. They also knew that during the Korean War, the issuing of green cards was available again. We know what it's like to be illegal and to be documented. So I say to you today, it is time. This is our moment. Again, as an American citizen, I want you to listen to what my opinion is. And mine is that it makes no economic sense to deny the equal rights to these students. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let's embrace it. Let's move forward because we are a great nation. And we've got great politicians that know that this time, today, they need to do the right thing. We need to do the right thing. Enough of being messages and tell them that the Latinos and Americans and Africans and Italians and Polish and every other group that has come into this country as immigrants, we're saying enough is enough. Let's get it done. Let's do the right thing and let's get this business going. Thank you.
You know, we are a nation founded by immigrants, built upon immigrants, a nation that has created the American dream. And that American dream says, if you work hard, you'll have an opportunity to pursue an education. If you pursue an education, no one can take your education away from you. It is time to say that any student who completes high school should have an opportunity to go on to a higher education or to serve their country. And if they do that, they should have an opportunity to be an American citizen. That is what the DREAM Act is all about. And I suggest to you that it's time to end the hypocrisy of our laws that don't allow that American dream to be possible for everyone who finishes high school. Many of us here have lived the American dream. It's time for everyone who's here today to have that opportunity to live the American dream. It's time also for Fresno State to lead the way. Right. I ask you today that don't let your commitment stop here, but you vow to take action as you leave here today, that as you return home to be with families over the holiday, that you ask them to take action. Right. Now is the time to email, to send faxes to our congressmen and women, to our senators, and say, it's time to pass the DREAM Act. Yeah. If everyone reaches out to 10, to 20, to 30, 40 people over the next few days, we can begin the flood that's necessary in Washington to get the DREAM Act passed. It's time to get it done. I ask all of you to join me as we take this fight forward and try before the year 2011 occurs to say that in 2010 we passed the DREAM Act. There are now, the American dream is possible for students throughout California and throughout this nation who haven't had that opportunity before. That is worth fighting for. Thank you so much.
And with that, I would like to start with something that I learned throughout my public education system. I'd like to start with this. Maybe if you guys know it by heart, by memory, you guys can join me. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. That is the Constitution of the United States of America. That is the preamble, the starting words of this nation that guides the principles of all our values as Americans. And I would like to start, I lived here in this country for the majority of my life, since I was 3 years old. And I'm proud to salute the flag and pledge allegiance. And those that are here and know how hard one must work in this great country that is offering so many opportunities, a country where one can go from being poor to rich, a country that is rich with knowledge and innovation. In this country, we're all fortunate to have access to quality education. For those who seek it, for those who seek to change and better their life. That is why many students like me, who are undocumented, seek to do that. Better their lives for not them and their family. That's why when many people attack my parents for bringing me here, I don't. They did it because they loved me, they loved this country, and they wanted a better place for me and the children just like me. I want to contribute to my communities. I want to contribute to my country just like anybody here. We don't want to destroy it, we don't want to degrade it, and we don't want to make, if the people that are citizens here, and you think that we're devaluing your citizenship, then I'm sorry, but I would like to add more value to it. We gather here, we're not gathering here for me. I asked you we're gathering here to support for the DREAM Act and hopefully for the future of comprehensive immigration reform. The Act will help thousands of students to achieve their dreams of American citizenship so that they may contribute to this nation. We ask our representatives to support the Act and to start meaningful dialogue for the greater issue ahead. We need to stop with this election rhetoric, these small statements that got them elected in the first place, because it is hard. They need to make compromise. We know that we want a pathway, not amnesty. We're asking for a pathway, not amnesty. We're asking to contribute. In my last remarks to everyone who's listening, to those who disbelieve, and all around the United States, I ask you to think and feel, what does it mean to be American? Does it mean to have a 9-digit number so you can get employment? Or does it mean to share the same values as American, to have liberty and opportunities? Which is the foundation of the American dream? Like I said, this rally is not for me. Whether I get deported or something else happens, this rally was just to promote the DREAM Act and the dreams of the future of students. Thank you very much, and God bless you.